One, two. Check, check, check. Anybody still awake out there? Not labeled correctly, but that's all right. What is going on? Dude, how creepy. Changing my titles and whatnot. It's not working for me in OBS right now. So give me a second. No, not made for kids. What's happening, Mike? Yeah, morning for real. What's happening, Barton? All right. Episode 15. That'll work. Man, that was a long one tonight, man. What did you guys think? So we're gonna get like 5 people in here tonight. It's all right. We won't go super long. Eli, what's happening? Mr. Slaughter. Knew you'd be one of our 5 coming in today. Dude, so much good stuff. I kind of feel like Matt's just trying to creep Travis out. Like he's re-trolling Travis for all the stuff that Travis has been trolling him for all these years. Here we go. Yeah, right. No, a couple people said that they thought they'd be out of the city, but I figured they still had that was part they still had to explore, but I wasn't sure where they were going yet. Yeah, Slaughter, he's definitely pushing his buttons, man. But that's what's great. That's what you gotta love about this whole show. Is there, uh, you can tell there are a bunch of friends messing with each other, and that's giving me some ideas for D&D for sure. You like, I don't want him out of the city as well. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't hate that they're in the city. I'm not like, if they left the city, I'd be fine pushing to other stuff. But I mean, he's been kind of letting it breathe so much that I'm not tired of the city yet. I think they could stay there for a long time, and I'd totally be good with it. Because he's continuing the story, and everything's felt different. You know what I mean? I mean, how different was this episode than going to an elegant ball and preparing your masks? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel the same, even though it is. But that's I've done a whole campaign where it was like a superhero based campaign where you were doing the whole entire thing in a city, and you really didn't leave the city unless you were just in the outskirts, in the wild for a little bit. But so I think this is great. I'm a fan of kind of zooming in because campaign 1, they've been in the cities for a little bit, but I mean, there's so much travel, there's so much bouncing back and forth. Campaign 2, there's a lot of bouncing around, so I'm okay with them sitting here and developing characters and stories and everything from right here. So I'm good with this, man. I kind of wanted to see them out of the city as well, but I'm glad my theory was confirmed. What was your theory again? Remind us all of your theory, Eli. And I gotta set some of my stuff up, reset some of my stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Though I had to cut out like near the beginning to do some things, so I got to rewatch some of it, and there's a lot to digest here. I thought some of the combat was some of the coolest I've seen though from this season so far. I really liked a lot of what they were doing with the shade creepers and um, that big thunderball thing. Like there's a lot of AOE effects happening here, and I'm a fan. Mother birthing more shade creepers and releasing them in a different spires. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it, right? You had kind of that queen uh, bee, queen slug, birthing shade creepers. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff. This is not the direction I would have went. This isn't the direction I thought they were going, but hey, I'm loving it so far. Yeah, yeah. The crowd control's fun. It's uh, I like to build combat encounters that kind of play uh to my players a little bit, and it seems like Matt's doing the same thing. So it's good to see. Mike, maybe we finally get some alien sci-fi stuff going on in the campaign, since that was an alien kind of monster. Yeah, for sure. Like you're this is not that's like Doctor Who. Like I don't know how much you guys have watched of Doctor Who. I've watched a little bit of it. This reminds me of some stuff I've seen there. Just some bait. Maybe he was just watching a ton of horror. I don't know, but I'm good for it. It's not. I mean, when you think about campaign 2, they started off fighting gnolls. You know what I mean, and your typical beasts with lion heads and scorpion tails and whatever else, the stuff you'd see in Warcraft, stuff you'd see uh, in The Witcher. This is a little deeper. Maybe the big bad of this campaign might turn out to be a mind flayer that's responsible for giving Imogen her powers. But I love mind flayers. I would love to see any kind of mental based creature. You can do so much cool stuff with that. Putting them in a dream world, taking over, and uh, any kind of an illusionist would be really fun. Like I would love to see what they come up with that from that. That'd be cool. Slaughter. Anyone catch the Elden Ring one shot? Yes, I did. Some interesting mechanics. Uh, it was all right. A bit of funny side, but good. I thought with the Elden Ring, the mechanics were fine. The home brewing was fine. Um, I loved the characters they came up with. There were some really I was thinking about doing a breakdown for it. There's some really cool and unique things they did. I thought it was funny that Sam had to switch his accent on the fly and did a seamless job with it. I loved the idea of having one player have a bodyguard that kind of spoke for him, or a worshiper or follower that kind of spoke for him. I thought that was a really interesting idea that I want to mess around with. And then the rest of their table just kind of played into it, and you could tell they didn't know who each other's characters were going to be, so it made it all that much better. But I enjoyed it. It was I enjoyed probably the characters more than I did anything else. Like the story was fine, the combat and encounters and stuff were fine, but I mostly like the characters that they brought out. Mike, just thinking about it, a Mind Flayer would just work really well with how this campaign might go. I completely agree. I think that'd be super fun. Make them super strong. Get into just really that whole headspace would be kind of do some like dark Alice in Wonderland kind of stuff, like Brothers Grimm stuff would be really, really cool. And it seems like Matt's up for this season. So yeah, good point. I like the characters also. His accent was all over the place later in the game. Yeah, no, he lost it, but I mean, yeah, it's because he'd been working on that Russian accent forever. It's tough to go from Russian to French and hold it the whole time. But that's what made it funny. And he he made it a thing that he was changing it to just enough to make it a joke. So it totally worked out. Love the horses. Yeah, that like you get the whole thing with the spectral horses, like the feel of the video game when you get your mount. And I love that Matt made Laura's mount hate her when she was the one that was most excited about it. I thought that was perfect. That really shows you where Matt's headspace is at right now. Um, it's him finally getting back at all these people for after 7 years. I'm glad everyone agrees with me. That's where I want to be. Just echo chamber, man. That's what I'm trying to build here. Give me echo chamber. Everyone just tells me I'm right. I think if Sam had played the most, if he figured all the one shots, yeah, campaigns, he rarely misses a show. Which is funny because he was one of the few people who never played D&D before all this started. I posted something for any of you in my Discord. I posted something where Liam and Sam are interviewing Sam's first time about playing Paper and Pen Dungeons and Dragons, as Liam called it, and it's one of my favorite interviews, just that exists. It's so good. Wasn't what, Marisha, Eli? And I thought again, and Marisha. Well, I'm waiting on you to respond. Marisha did fantastic on her character, which is awesome because again, sorry about that. I always thought she was kind of, not to be mean, one of the weaker ones as far as role playing and stuff. She was kind of searching, but now I think she's really found her stride. Her last few characters have been so good, and again, Lana in this one is fantastic. She's she is killing that character so much, man. It's good. Exactly, maybe the least likely ever played, and he's one of their most. Yeah, he's just a master, man. I mean, he's been doing he was in Les Mis when he was like 9 or 10, just killing it. Like he's brilliant. Between the Sheets interview of Critical Role members are really good. Yeah, I love all the between the sheets, but check out the all work and no play interview, because that was Sam and Liam's podcast before the show even started. So they talk about their very first time playing Dungeons and Dragons, like a few days after it happened, and that was at Matt's house. Her character normally do take a while to really understand, but she struck gold this time. Yeah, she figured it out. I felt like she was trying with some of her other characters so much, and she's really figured it out, and she is one of the best right now. Everyone's really on top of their game this campaign though. Like they really put their work in. You can tell they know what they're doing. Like this could very well be, Crixie and I talked about this for a long time the other day. This could very well be the best campaign. Like, I'm still waiting because we don't know a ton about it yet, but I don't see why everyone's characters are so good. I can't put them at the bottom of any list, man. They're all really, really good. Like, one thing I would love is a character showing up with a gun and a robot arm, saying that they are trying to bring a branch of the Darrington back, or brigade, to the continent. I would love, man. I've never loved guns in my high fantasy, but the way that Matt's done it in Exandria, I've been good with, and I think that would be fantastic. I think that's a great idea. And they've been teasing all the connections anyway, right? So let's just put it out there. Yeah, I love that they realize how good paladins could be. Yeah, finally, midway through the episode, that was one of my favorite conversations. Like, paladins are really good, and I think Matt said, yeah, 2 of you guys realized how good at what they were, because Travis multi-classed into one season 2. Who else has played a paladin before this, or into a paladin? Liam, right? Liam with Vax. Yeah, thank you, Eli. Yeah, Liam with Vax. He went Paladin. Paladin Rogue is super broken though. Like, just smites on guaranteed crits. Super strong. Really, really good. Mr. Slaughter. I think by the end of it's likely to be the best in terms of player characters. Probably, I'm still waiting for Fresh Cut Grass to do something. Like, Sam had, like, Fresh Cut Grass is great right now, but I just feel like Sam has so much more brewing than what he's shown us. So FCG is the one I'm really waiting to see do something, show something. Like, they even laid it on a little bit in this, where he doesn't really, oh, I don't remember this. I was talking about, like, salt and what I just order what Dancer ordered and all that. Like, he's laying it on and giving us little tidbits every episode. Like, I'm waiting for something big to come with him. Yeah, the rumors say he's a killer robot. That's what I think. I think either that, or he was definitely like a human in the past, and there's going to be some big reveal. FCG just goes full Terminator, or like a mechanical mind flayer. Mechanical mind flayer. That would be interesting, for sure. No, it'd be good. Again, like I said, I'm waiting. I'm loving it so far. I'm gonna go back and rewatch this one tomorrow, just because there was There was a lot in this one. We got 10 people. I did not think we get many people on the later night. What's happening, everybody that's joined us? Hey, we've got some people on Twitch too. Yeah, Alfie Full Metal Alchemist situation, 100%. I've always loved that idea. I think Full Metal Alchemist is, even though people like it, I think it's so underrated with some of the concepts it's brought forward. I would love to see some Full Metal Alchemist situations going on. Furthermore, I do have anyone interested. I do have one more spot for my the one shot I'm going to be doing on stream. If anyone wants to get into that, I'm fleshing out a couple things in the story. It should be pretty good though, and I'll put dates and stuff out there soon once we get everyone's characters lined up. But we will be doing a one shot either the end of this month, the Thursday that they don't do it, or on a Sunday. We'll see what the other players can do it on. Like he's got the psychic powers and the buzzsaw hand. Get some more arms attached to him instead of his wheel. Then you get mechanical mind flare. Yeah, for sure. And what's cool is they could really, if you wanted to, just make some really cool attachments to him and make him big, bad, and scary, and that'd be really fun. I would love to see him be a big, bad, evil guy. Eli, we don't have a date yet. I'm waiting to see when everyone can do it. So what I'd like to do is do it on the Thursday that Critical Role isn't going. So what is that this month? I think it's... I tried to look at their schedule, and they didn't really have much out. So let's see. It would be this month, the 24th? Yeah, no, I think it's the 31st this month. This is one weird month they might do too, but I think it's the 31st. So 4 weeks away. But we'll see. I'll let everyone know. Hopefully I'll be able to let everyone know next week. I'll do another character creation thing Sunday, and maybe I'll even know by then. Should be fun though. It'll just be something simple and easy, and it'll just be everyone's voice. I'll still have me up here, but I'm trying to do some like overlays and some really fun stuff. So hopefully it'll go smoothly. All right, we're getting a few more people. All right, what's happening, people? And maybe I'll be at 1K by then. We are at 940. Where we at? 943, 944. So we're getting up there with the subs. So we should could be at 1K then. I think once we hit 1K, I'll do some sort of giveaway, and I'm looking at some new webcams and tech stuff to bring in, but yeah, man, stuff's happening. I like it. We have a really cool community building up here. Imagine if he gets spider leg attachments. It would fit, right? I think that'd be cool. Kind of like Iron Spider type of stuff. That'd be really fun. I want him to bring in more comic booky stuff. Like, I love the idea of medieval superheroes. Like, that's basically what you are as a D&D group anyway, is a oddly put together group of medieval superheroes. So I think something like that would be really fun, drawing from that. Like, they're definitely going to stay away from the ocean so that they can accidentally run into a Campaign 2 character. Or so they don't accidentally run into a Campaign 2 character. That's too bad. I think that section of Campaign 2 is my favorite. was the Uk'otoa stuff. So I would love to see them go there, but yeah, you might be right. Landlock themselves down. I think they're at a point where they can run into people like it when they mention or run into any kind of campaign 1 or 2 characters. Even campaign 2 characters right now, where you got that nostalgia attached to it. You already have feelings attached to it, and piggybacking is a big part of storytelling. And that's exactly what they'd be doing there. But I think you're right. I'd actually curious how the Stretcher Armstrong fight goes next week. The only one way to find out. It'll probably be like a 3.5 hour session too. Thinking that if FCG gets spider legs, he'd be like a robot Drider. Let me look that one up. Oh yeah, from I just started reading those books. So I'm on, was it Homeworld or Homeland right now? That would be really cool. Yeah, I'm down for that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Albert Man is just a legend. Does not exist. Imogen is really close to a Jedi build. Yeah, thank you. I think that's a great observation. A buddy of mine is a huge Star Wars fan, so he's been kind of messing around with different. He's doing like a blind Jedi build right now. But I think, was it Inquisitor, like a Jedi Inquisitor? I need to go back to her actual build and look into that. But yeah, I think you're right, Pharaoh. I think it's I would love to see more of that in here too. I was thinking like Jean Grey vibes early on, some heavy Jean Grey vibes. And I think I'm leaning more with you now with the Jedi build, which I'm totally on board for. So yeah, I'd like the exploration into Ford's patron in the future. Yeah, I would love to get some sort of finalization on that. I know they did like a board game. They never did revisit it in a one shot, right? But they said they would revisit it somehow. I would love to see it because I was. When they ended the campaign, I was like, that's still something, like, it was so good. I'd love to see what happened with that whole storyline. They ended it a little earlier than I'd hoped they would, campaign 2. But I mean, it's still good. If Matt felt like it was the right place, he's better at this than I am. You just blew Eli's mind. Totally fits the Jedi. Yeah, no, it's right there. It's funny too. She's kind of just like Sam. She's toning down her character, her charisma, her natural charisma. But she did have, she did shine a little bit more this session, I thought. So hopefully she's going to start coming out of her shell whenever we dig into her background and her reasonings. I think we'll be surprised. I think there's going to be a lot there. I think it's kind of the problem is there's so many people. I feel like they all have some big depth. Speaking of shining, I thought that Taliesin had one of the funnier moments. So the I Speak Marquesian moment I thought was fantastic. I was rolling when that happened. Laudin turned into a Sith. She's already going to Undead Parlak Sith of the Old Republic. I don't know. What's weird about Laudin is she seems like such a sweet soul, like very creepy, like stuff happened to her. But ultimately she seems really good. I mean, she plays into her creepiness, but she seems really sweet. I don't know. It was just me. Really, I'm doing a whole lot of hypothetical characters, but imagine them running into a character that is just like the Norrington to Kingsley's Jack Sparrow. Yeah, I would love. That's another great, more good material to draw off of. So I'm in the middle of doing like a just character creation series and drawing inspiration from popular culture is the first one of the first things I talk about, and I think doing that right there, picking picking really good deep characters and making some sort of DoD or D&D character out of them is one of the smarter ways to go, actually. Mike, have you made a lot of D&D characters? You play a lot? Um, they're going to be happy, evil people and mean, good people. Yeah, for sure. And man, someone was talking about how it was in one of the interviews. They were talking about how Laudna's the or Imogen, no, Laudna was the exact opposite of somebody else, and they had a really good observation. And I can't, for the life of me, it's just too late. I can't think of who he's talking about. So I didn't watch an interview where they're talking about Laudna being the exact opposite of someone else, where Laudna is physically evil looking and creepy, but then super sweet. And then the opposite was someone who was physically super sweet, but as a person, kind of gross and evil. Sorry, I had to kick someone out the chats. So I got this going on Twitch too, so I'm making sure I'm not missing anything from there. Should all be streamed in through here. Mike, I've not played a single hour of D&D, but I really like storytelling. The reason that I got straight A's in all my English classes. You should check it out. It's a lot of fun. Like I mean, that's all it is group storytelling. So it seems like you definitely have the brain for it. She's our Edward Scissorhands. That's brilliant, Slaughter. I have not even made that connection. Edward Scissorhands is a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, older Johnny Depp movie. It is brilliant, and that's exactly what it is. Sweetheart kid who just tragedy happened, man. I think it's the first Johnny Depp movie I ever saw. Like I went back and saw some of his earlier stuff. I think it's the first one I ever actually watched from him. So that's a really good. You guys are making really good connections. But yeah, Mike, that's definitely if you have a chance to play. It's a lot of fun. Like half of it for me is I really enjoy doing the character creations, and then the other half is just storytelling with friends. Made a couple characters in D&D Beyond. That's before you found out you couldn't do the one shot. I mean, I'll do more than one shot, so just jump on whenever we do one. Unless people just hate them, and everyone who's part of it has an awful time, which I doubt that's going to happen. So I've never done a one shot for people and them not want to do at least most of them. I don't think I've ever done one where I'm pretty sure everyone's wanted to do more. I can't think of one person who actually didn't enjoy it. So, and again, I'm of the mindset of let the players tell the story. I basically give you like a framework, and then let them do all the work for me, and it's usually a lot of fun. But yeah, we'll do more in the future. We'll do hopefully we'll do it on a regular basis, but we'll see. All right, people. It is super late, and I got to work in like 4 hours. But I wanted to still make sure I jumped on here and hung out with you guys a little bit. I will be streaming Sunday. We'll do some more character creation stuff. I want to start making some NPCs and monsters and big baddies and stuff too on there. So if you guys have villain ideas, I would love for you to bring them up, either in the Discord or in the live stream, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. But as always, I really appreciate you guys showing up, hanging out, even when these super late ones. Yeah, we'll see you Thursday for sure. Very good to see you in here. All right, people. We will see you Thursday, and hopefully, if you ain't got nothing to do Sunday night, show up to those streams. They're a lot of fun as well. Yeah, Slaughter, I always appreciate you hitting those comments, because a lot of people don't realize just even getting like 3 comments on a video right after it's posted, it puts it in that algorithm, and that's usually the difference between a video with like 200 views and 20,000. So I really do appreciate you just showing up and throwing some comments on there. One, I always like talking to you guys, but 2, it helps the video out a ton. So good old YouTube algorithm. It's a fun one. All right, people. We'll talk to you. We'll say Thursday for sure. If you guys don't show up on Sunday. Peace out.